Let me know when you're starting. I'll
Three.
do the regular intro.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy King back at it again with another podcast. This time we are with our boy Billy, or Rack, as we like to refer to him.
Pennywise.
All right.
So yeah, go ahead and follow me on my Twitter at T_Benjamin. You know, I'm trying to be more active. Follow me on my YT, the_KINGDOMKPR. Thank you. All right, Rack, you're up.
Fuck you, Georgie.
Yo, who's got like elevator music playing in the background?
It's probably Billy. I don't think I do.
It's how I get into the zone. First of all,
Is your wife playing her mobile games?
no, she's not here.
Oh,
Are you playing your
She's
wife's
working.
mobile games? You grinding for that
Nah.
gold for her?
That's New Lounge Bar, bro.
oh, dude, I fucking yes.
New Lounge Bar is literally.
Oh yeah. By the way, for all of our just audio listeners right now, 2 of us are playing Apex. And we're working on getting fucking Tim up in this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm downloading it while we're recording the podcast. We're probably gonna play some after we're done recording. Because I uninstalled it because I suck at this game. Billy, you want to introduce yourself? You got any social media or anything you want to plug? Oh, you got to plug your YouTube
Your YT.
when you talk about
plug
it.
Your
Catch
YT.
me-
Plug
No,
your
when he
YT.
catch me
talks
at-
about it, yeah.
Dude,
Catch me
talk
at
about your,
the,
plug your Twitch. Plug your Twitch. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Catch me at twitchsucks.com and nah, I'm just kidding. What is my Twitch? Serac TV? Yeah, C-Rack TV. I don't know. That's
SERACK
TV.
TV.
And you can
There you
always. You have to subscribe to my YouTube channel, boys. That's the.
He's gonna
alien
talk about his
experience,
YouTube channel actually today.
Yeah, I call him the alien conspiracy. Conspiracy theorist. English is hard. It's really hard to talk.
Theorist. You have a list, just
Conspiracy-
like Rex's username on
I
the
only have
Epic
a
Games
list when it comes to
launcher.
certain words. Only have a list when it comes to certain words.
Billy has a list
Just
in the Epic Games launcher because his username is Thavage.
Actually, it's just Fav. THAVG.
Yeah, but by the way, you know, if you're listening to the
Ooh, what the
audio and
fuck
you're
is this?
bad at spelling and you just want some links to their YouTube and stuff, it's all going to be on the screen in the YouTube video and also in the description. So just, you know, go check that out. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel as well.
I need armor, bro. I am fucked. Let's go. We got armor, dude.
All right.
Armor.
Dude, Duncan, my fucking video has 500 views right now.
Talk about tell us about your video, Billy.
Yeah, bro.
Well, you know.
Oh my god, just that one rip.
It's not
just
really
well, you know,
conspiracy
doesn't say
theory
anything.
anymore, like what Duncan says.
What?
You know, the
What?
baby
What you
is
say, Billy?
admitted to the UFOs.
Hey, yeah. So okay, so let me put this in perspective. So like a week ago, I was up late at night hanging out with Billy, or Rack as it is, or Serac, whatever you want to fucking call this bitch. So I was like, yeah, bro, I'm going into the Navy, dude. And he's like, bro, you can get fucking murked by aliens. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? He's like, dude, do you not know anything, dude? Are you fucking retarded?
You know, the story just starts with Billy telling you you're gonna get murked by aliens. Classic Billy.
Yeah, that's
It
classic.
is. It is. And you know what? Fuck you, Billy. You wanna know why? Because I'm gonna murk me some aliens, bruh. Area 51
That's the exact
style, dog.
attitude I like.
You're gonna have to join. What's it called? Space Force.
Space Force ain't shit.
Dude. Space Force
United
is gay,
States
dude. Space Force gay. Space Force gay, dude.
If you don't know, Space Force is basically the new military branch for fighting aliens, I guess. Rack, you should probably explain it because you definitely know more about it than me.
Space Force is mainly from the front, designed for, you know, because China's getting up there, Russia's getting up there, so we have to, blah, blah, blah. They're getting a lot of satellites.
Yeah. So officially, if you look, I'm looking at an article right now. Officially, it's just known as, this calls it the 6th Independent Military Service Branch, who will undertake missions and operations in the rapidly evolving space domain, which, you know, could mean really anything with space, but it's mainly for aliens and crap.
Yep.
Essentially. So, well, not even just for aliens. It's just for combat opportunities in space. So that could be
Well, if the aliens are real, then we all have a big war then.
yeah, but that could also include you know, say for example,
Wait, Billy, are you on the
like
train
a
with the
weapon.
fucking teleport?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm getting off.
There could be, for
Oh.
example, a weapon that's like a satellite that launches missiles or whatever. So that could technically be part of Space Force, but that could be for attacking places on Earth still. Like you
Yeah,
could
see,
have a
those
giant.
are supposed to be illegal too.
Yeah, but here's
But-
so point
but-
is fucking Billy's just like a fucking alien conspiracy theorist. So there's that. And he said, I told him I was going to join the Navy. He's like, bro, you're gonna get murked out of fucking nowhere. You're gonna get fucking murked on the ship, and your ship gonna sink, and you're gonna drown. I'm like, okay, well that's kind of sad, but. And then I proceeded to explain what my job was going to be, and then he's like, "Yeah, you're not even going to drown, dude. You're just going to get fucking murked and just lay at the bottom of the ocean and just disappear for the rest of human history."
Yep.
So basically, telling me, yeah, I'm just waiting to die.
Rex,
So that made me
It's
feel
true.
really good about myself.
Billy has
Fuck you,
undergone
it's
a
not
recent
true.
obsession thinking that anyone who goes into the military is going to get killed by aliens. So just don't go into
He's
the military.
fucking retarded. No, I'm going into the
I
fucking
guess.
military. So fuck you guys.
Well,
So,
that, but
you know,
you know,
not
from
fuck you,
Billy,
fuck
just
you,
don't
Billy.
just
Have
don't go
fun.
into the military if you don't want to fight some aliens, according to Billy, I guess.
Dude. Okay, but if you want to fucking fight some aliens, bro, go into the fucking military, according to Billy.
Heck
If you
yeah.
want to fucking die and
Depends
fight some
if you're
fucking
gonna be
aliens,
in
bro,
there
that's
by
what's up.
2029.
I don't want to fight some aliens. I just want to meet some aliens.
Bro, I just want to clap some alien cheeks, bro.
You don't want to meet
Okay.
no fucking aliens, bro.
All right.
What do you want
I
to do,
think it'd
Billy?
be
What do you want to do with
interesting.
the rest of your life? Fucking sit on your fucking ass, bitch.
We're coming to Florida to whoop the fuck out of you. You keep talking shit.
Bitch,
Milk bag,
bet.
We're gonna live stream Billy
I'll
fighting
slap
Duncan
that
one
fucking
day.
skinny ass
Yeah,
bitch to the other side
I
of
will
your face so fast,
I
Duncan.
will literally Instagram live our fucking fight.
You
and I'll
should
have
definitely
multiple
follow
cameras.
Billy on Twitch.
It ain't gonna
At
be
the
a
Twitch
fight,
that he
it's
said
gonna be a
earlier, because they're gonna
KO.
be streaming the fight on there. Give him
Dude,
like 3 months.
Yo, go follow me on Instagram at b_Duncan04 for the Instagram live fight.
Just for clarification, it's B_Duncan, not B_B_Duncan.
Yeah, I'm fucking
Stupid.
retarded. Don't even worry about it.
Stupid.
Oh, shut up, bitch.
Actually, about Billy's aliens, I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know that he was super into that, but apparently he's like really into news and stuff about aliens. But it was this morning. I looked on my phone and there was a notification
I'm
from
down.
Discord, and Billy was posting crap. He was like, I know a secret that the aliens don't want you to know, or some crap like that. And I thought he was like just making a meme, and then he sends me a link to his video all about, like, this first video that he posted on his new channel all about aliens. And I'm like, okay, I guess he's serious about this, which me personally, I do believe in aliens, but I don't know, Billy. The video kind of seems like a little crazy, if you ask me.
What?
Down, bitch.
You don't say
Get
anything.
fucking
You
wrecked,
don't
nerd.
say anything crazy or anything like that. Like, all the stuff you said is legit, I guess. And he actually showed a clip from what was it, a senator that was
Do you know
talking
Gordon
about
Cooper?
it. Never
Do you
met
know who
him.
Gordon Cooper? Do you know
Jury O'Connor.
Major Gordon Cooper? He was one of the first astronauts.
No, because fuck you. You're fucking
went
alien
around
conspiracy having
space.
ass.
Well, I don't want to say, like, I don't mean like you sound crazy. I just mean like you sound like people who everybody thought was crazy.
I think you sound completely crazy, Billy. Just my personal opinion.
This is what Major Cooper said, quote for quote. For many years, I have lived with the secret and a secrecy imposed on all specialists in astronautics. I can now reveal that every day in the USA, our radar instruments capture objects of form and composition unknown to us. And there are thousands of witness reports and quantity of documents to prove this, but nobody wants to make them public. Why? Because authority is afraid that people may think of God knows what kind of horrible invaders. So the password still is, we have to avoid panic by all means. That's not the only astronaut. There's a shitload of astronauts.
All I'm saying,
Scott Carpenter. Scott Carpenter, an astronaut. At no time when the astronauts were in space were they alone. There was a constant surveillance by UFOs.
Okay, so I have a question for you then. So what you're saying is that there is confirmed aliens.
Super confirmed.
Okay, so if they are hella confirmed, all right, just okay. So
Hella confirmed.
when we took our missions to the moon in the 60s and 70s, okay. Do you think we went to the dark side of the moon or some shit when we lost communication with them and they fucking found alien artifacts and brought them back to Earth?
No. I don't
No?
know about all that, no.
Okay, well, I'm literally just asking you a question, trying to figure out where, you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've only heard stories about Buzz Aldrin saying something, but have you ever seen Neil Armstrong in his speech to those kids?
Nope,
You guys have never seen that.
nope.
Huh.
Although then again, I'm not an alien. I'm not an alien
Yeah,
conspiracy
we're not
theorist.
super
We're not all
into
that, Billy. I'm more into playing video games and living my life and not worrying
CIA.
about aliens.
precisely. Look, the only thing I have to say about aliens, well, the only two things is that one, I do believe aliens exist. I guess three things actually. One, I do believe aliens exist. Two, I think it's incredibly stupid to think that there's no possible way that aliens exist because I mean, come on, that's just dumb. You're really saying that there's essentially what is an infinite amount of space the in outer space, and you know there's just an infinite amount of space, infinite amount of planets. Like you can't count how many planets there are, how many different universes, galaxies, and all that. And you really think that we are the only life that, or only forms of life in the entirety of the universe is just what's on Earth? I mean, that just seems really, really stupid to think something like that to me.
Right,
And
but the question is, do you believe they're here?
I don't. I mean, I don't know. I personally believe we would probably know if they were here because,
Obviously, if we actually knew they were
well,
here, okay. From my idea, you gotta fucking know that there's like an alien here. You know what I mean? Like that's just like, how the fuck are they really gonna hide? It's not like they can like nail us down to the like say like one of them gets shot or something in some fucking like some like mundane shit. You know what I mean? Like fucking God knows what. They get sent to the hospital. Are they gonna be able to fucking replicate all the way down to the smallest DNA strands? Doubt it.
exactly. Well, what
Highly doubt it.
I also think, because I think it would be very difficult for any aliens who aren't very, very similar to us on a genetic level to hide. But I also think that there could be aliens that are very, very similar to us, almost to the point where they're the exact same, just coming from a different planet. Because that is entirely possible that there's a life form that is basically, essentially the exact same as far as
Do you
what
know
they're made of
Bigelow
and all
Airspace?
that.
Do you know Bigelow Airspace?
No,
Jesus
Rob
fucking
Bigelow,
Christ.
the billionaire that does all the shit for the government, building space capsules and shit.
no idea.
He says there's aliens right under your fucking nose. Well, that
Well,
video I
I
just sent you,
disagree.
the video I just sent you, it is Fox News with Tucker Carlson talking to Luis Elizondo, who quit the Pentagon and his job was to study UFOs. And he quit because he found so much evidence and he couldn't get it out. So he had to start this whole shit. He's the one that got the videos released that everybody's talking about.
Duncan, you're heavily breathing into your mic. I just want to point that out.
Sorry, I'm thinking about some weird shit right now. I'm thinking about how much I want to strangle Billy because of this stupid shit.
So that's a Pentagon official coming out, quitting his job, and telling the world that there's UFOs here.
I mean, I believe it.
I don't. I'm sorry.
Well, because
I like the way I see it is like like you want to be able to have obviously something grounded in reality. And everyone wants that like little touch of fantasy. You know what I mean? So like you have to find like that balance, like how much you're willing to believe and how much you're willing to just like basically just straight up burn as soon as it comes out of his mouth. You know what I mean? Like you have to take everything with like a few grains of salt to be able to try and discern the truth. Like if there are like okay, let me just say hypothetically speaking, there are aliens right under our fucking noses. You see one every day. Let's just say you see one every day. There's so many of them that you see at least one every day.
I don't think it's like that.
No, but like let's just say you say like Billy, how many do you think are on Earth? Just take a guess. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay,
I think
so
we're
let's
probably at with some crazy war or something that we have no idea.
okay, there's like 7 billion humans on Earth. So maybe let's just say there's a couple hundred, just kind of around the world. There's a couple in the United States, there's a couple in Europe, there's a couple in Africa. There's like maybe 10 to
Okay,
15
what's your
per
point?
but point being, like, eventually someone's got to run into it, realize, oh shit, that's not a human. They don't act human. They aren't being human. These people, like some people, like fucking Shaq, fucking extremely fucking tall. Like, what if he was like an alien
Unhuman
baby and just
Shaq is an
became
alien.
human?
I don't. I have no idea about that, dude.
Well, I
Shaq
don't think
actually has a
I
third
I
arm
don't
that
know
no one
what
knows
they
about.
look
I
like
just want
or
to point that
anything.
but
out.
like what I'm saying, is like what if the aliens are naturally tall, but then they're like it's like humans, like you have people who are just like got those right genes and are naturally taller, but then you also have some aliens who got the wrong genes and are like fucking midgets. That's
Yeah.
fucking big brain time right there. That's big brain talk right there.
Would you believe a fighter pilot?
It's possible.
Would you believe a Navy commander that commanded the ACES squadron of fighter pilots? And then corroborate his story with the radar guys on the fucking carrier. And also corroborate his story with his partner that was in the back seat, which was a girl. Would you believe that if they said they chased a UFO and in the blink
Yes.
of an eye it disappeared?
Yes.
If he can, okay, so
UFO.
if a Navy squadron commander can corroborate his story with all these people, then yes, then there has to be some amount of truth to it.
Boom, there you go.
But-
I just sent it to you. That's it. Game over.
Fucking, I'm pretty sure he sent me this fucking video.
Yeah, Billy just sent me a couple videos.
It's the one with Commander David Fravor. He even went on Joe Rogan recently, like last week.
Dude, I've already seen this. I'm not gonna lie,
He chased a
dude.
UFO.
I'm not gonna lie, Billy. After we had that conversation, like a few weeks back when we first had this conversation, I think it was me, you, and Luke, which is another one of our friends for our audio listeners. He's another friend of ours. He's a friend of me and Rack. We're on the same team. Me, like when you were talking to me and Luke about it, I actually went and did a little bit more research and found that video. The video you just sent me, I recognize it. But point being, if a Navy Air Force commander can corroborate his story with people who were literally there with him and radar people, and if this is actually true, I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to the Navy because I want to clap some alien cheeks.
I don't think you're gonna die, but
Dude,
I'm saying there might be a
okay.
possibility that an alien ship vaporizes the fuck out of your ship.
Dude,
I'm just saying, it's not impossible.
Okay. Let me put it to you like this: what if I'm never on a ship? Then what?
It's
Bitch, please get on your.
True.
Take
I have
whatever,
one last
hovercraft
thing.
online.
One last thing that I want to say before we
Vaporized.
switch topics is that I don't understand why people are so afraid of aliens because
I'm not.
humans are already terrible enough. Like we got nukes and crap. Like you ever seen North Korea, bro? Like what the heck?
Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
let me
but
also
think
put this
about
into
the
perspective.
mentality of something that has to get so big that it goes to other planets.
I think it's
Yeah, but you also have
the
to
fear,
think.
the fear of the unknown.
That's a
Because
dominating.
think
that's
about
what
it.
it is.
Because
That's what it is.
just because they're able to travel to places that we're not yet doesn't necessarily mean that they're more
They're
sophisticated than us. That just means
Well,
that
all it means is that they're just a little bit more advanced and have a better understanding of, like, say, quantum physics or propulsion.
well, it
Like,
doesn't
it
even
could be-
necessarily mean that because if you think about it, there's a potential that because they could be from a completely different planet, completely different
solar
universe.
system. They could be a complete. Well, it depends on what you want to believe about the universe, where the entire universe continues to expand every day. Every day, the universe expands just a tiny bit. Over centuries, it expands a few feet, or blah blah blah, or however you want to look at it. But it depends on how you want to look at the universe. You could say there's the multiverse theory, or there's the infinite universe theory, where the universe goes on forever and never ends. It's infinite. Or you could believe where there's the universe is contained to itself, and that there's like little strings that bounce off of it, just let's just say like Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, like that kind of thing, like where you have Earth 616, Earth 512, or Earth 001, or whatever you want to call it.
Well, no
You
matter
have all these universes, and then somehow they figured out how to travel through, say, wormholes into different dimensions, and then travel through those wormholes into our universe. And it's like, yo, dude, they speak English somehow, and they fucking figure shit out. I don't fucking know, but it just depends on what you want to believe. And say they're from like the Andromeda galaxy, which is meant to collide with us in like the next like billion years or some shit. If
Yep.
you fucking do that,
no
if you look
matter
into
what
that,
you
I love
believe about
space. So.
space, no matter what you believe about space, if you believe, if you're not stupid and you don't believe that we've never been to space and that, like, I don't know, space isn't
I
real or something.
wholeheartedly believe we've been to space.
Yeah, but if you
I
believe in
literally
space at
punch
all,
people.
you know,
I literally
it's a
punch people who
huge
say we've never been
space.
to
It's a
space.
huge area. Yeah, right,
I'm,
right.
I'm sorry, but like literally, some kid at school said, I believe that we never went to space in the '60s. I literally got up and punched the dude in the face because, like, excuse my language, but N-word, boy, we have literally been to space.
Yeah. Also,
Boy,
like,
sit your ass down before I fucking break it.
no matter what you believe about space, also there's a massive amount of areas. So there's materials, there's things, materials that we don't even know exist because we haven't discovered them. Which
Yeah, because
there's
some asteroids and meteors have unknown materials that will
exactly,
crash into Earth, and there's a lot of them in Russia because obviously Russia is a giant country. I mean, a metric fuck ton of country, and I can guarantee there's at least 20 or 30 meteorites or fucking well, not asteroids. Asteroids would end the world. Like little meteorites and stuff with unknown properties that have literally crashed into the Earth over the last, let's just say, over the last 20 years. Let's just move forward the next like two and a half, like month and a half, and just say, okay, guys, New Year's 2020. In the last 20 years, there's probably been over, I would say, 100, 150 little meteorites that have hit the planet, and there's at least two or three of them, 2 or 3 out of every 10, that probably have an unknown material known to man that they don't update the periodic table with, because they're still trying to figure out what the fuck is all this shit.
yeah, they have no idea what it is. And also a lot of our what we quote know about physics and things like that. A lot of our stuff like gravity, we don't really know what gravity is. We just know that that it exists and it holds things down, which means physics on other planets and other universes could be
Could be different.
completely different.
Gravity for them could be floating upward instead. Like gravity makes you go up instead of holding. It moves you up instead of holding you down. So they have like tethers or something.
Yeah, but the point is, you can't even imagine.
Exactly. So
No, like
there's no
because we don't
telling.
understand.
There's no
Because we
telling
don't
what they're
understand what it's like.
capable of. Like,
But
Yeah, they like let's just say like it would
But
make
if-
it easier for them to launch like spacecraft because their quote unquote gravity shoots slingshots their ships into space. So it
but
makes it easier for them to get into space and get
if
space travel done.
so, we have nothing to go by except one thing.
exactly.
If they are here, we know that they do that. So that is one kind of information you could build it off, like if they're good or
Okay,
bad.
okay. But so Billy, I have another. Before we change the subject, because I have some crazy
You're
shit
good.
to
You're
tell
good.
you all on this podcast. But okay, Billy, I have the final question for this segment. Why do you think they have good intentions or bad intentions?
Bad.
That was the most immediate answer.
I mean,
Okay, like,
think
but
about
like, you don't
humans.
even
I
want to
mean,
give them a chance. You don't even want to give them a chance to say, "Oh, hey, we're here to see what you do," because like, if y'all gonna fucking shoot us down and shit, we're gonna bring our entire planet to you, like they did in fucking Transformers, and make everyone heat slaves, or say, we're like, yo, we just like want to talk to you guys and just see where you guys stand with shit,
hang
and
on
it's
a
like,
second.
oh, that's cool.
Hang on a second, Billy. I'd like to say my opinion on this first, for
Okay.
a very specific reason, because if you think about it, I mean, if we're, say for example, we're the first other, like, aliens, I guess would be exactly
That
what we
they've
are to
met.
them. If we're the first aliens that they come across, yeah, they're probably just as curious and terrified of us as we are of them. Now,
Yeah, you
if
would have
they've
to think that
experienced
was the
other
first.
aliens, it could be completely different, and they wouldn't be as wary.
Afraid.
So
They like
it
they
all
like
depends.
and it depends on the experience they have with so-called other aliens, like, because if they were all peaceful, like say they've met other races of aliens in whatever galaxies or universe, depending on how you want to look at shit, and they come and meet us, and all of the past species that they've met have been peaceful, they're going to assume we're going to be peaceful because that's all the outcomes they've known. So say then we are the one bad egg, I guess, or bad seed, and we accidentally shoot them by accident, making them angry, and then we trigger a giant not civil war, but we trigger a giant intergalactic or interuniversal war.
Which we lose.
We would lose miserably because the strongest thing we have is a railgun that the Navy's created. Not gonna lie. And then we have nukes. And nukes are not good for humanity because World War II.
Yep.
Yay. So point being, I would like if I meet an alien while I'm in the service, I'll literally be like this. Please no kill me. Let me clap cheeks. And um get let's not like fight because I actually want to get to know you first and see like where shit stands. You know what I mean? Like the last thing like for me, I'm a man of words. I like if it comes down to it, I'll intimidate, but I won't fight if I can avoid it. You know what I mean? Like words literally win battles. That is like peace talks. You know what I mean? Avoid bloodshed.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's just say, bro. All right, do we want to pull Charles in here real quick?
I mean,
You can.
you can.
Oh, he just
Oh,
fucking left.
he's playing right now. He's playing Fortnite. Probably
Oh.
not.
Okay. But yeah, but like you know what I mean? Like I'd rather see like where they stand with shit. You know what I mean? Like if I end up taught like during my job, if I ended up meeting one during like however long I'm in the Navy, you know what I mean? I'll be like, yo, this is cool.
Wife?
Please don't
What?
kill me. Wife, babe, is that you? So yeah, okay. I think that was a very interesting conversation we just had. Very
26
interesting.
minute conversation about aliens.
That's what's up, boys. That's
Well,
what's up,
I mean,
dude.
dude, have you heard of the To the Stars Academy team?
Okay, Billy, we're dropping a segment.
Billy,
What?
We're dropping a segment.
you got your
We're
own
dropping-
YouTube channel to talk about this on now,
Wait,
Billy.
this will
We don't
take
need.
2 minutes.
Oh, Billy,
Okay,
Billy,
you're
Billy,
good. You're
no,
good. You're
no.
good. Go ahead.
Yes.
No. Last
2
thing.
minutes.
Last
Have you
thing.
heard of
Last
it?
thing.
Have
Yeah,
you heard
no.
of it?
No.
Do you know Blink 182?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you know the co-founder and chairman of that team, Tom DeLonge, right?
Nope.
It's kind of weird, right?
No. I mean,
But do you know that he has like 6 people, right? One is Jim Semivan. He's 25 years as operations officer for CIA, right? He's a spy, right?
all right.
Steve Justice, chief operations officer for Aerospace Division Director. He worked 39 years with Lockheed Martin and 31 years with Skunkworks. Do you know what Skunkworks is?
Nope.
No.
Billy, you know way too much information about all this shit. I'm just saying.
Skunkworks makes all our super advanced weapons and planes and
Gotcha.
like B-2 bombers and all that. Shit,
Oh.
Dr. Hal Puthoff is on his fucking team. He was CEO of EarthTech. He was in the Pentagon forever, NASA, Department of Defense Intelligence, everything. Dude, he has all these spies, and then Luis Elizondo is on his team, and he was the one that had a career intelligence intelligence officer career. He was in the U.S. Army, the Department of Defense, the National Counterintelligence
Billy.
Team, the Office of Director of National Intelligence.
Billy, what's the
Billy.
point?
That you have all these people that believe in aliens are trying to tell you right now that they're here.
Billy.
Gotcha.
Also, I have
work
one thing that
in the NSA,
completely destroys
CIA,
their entire thing.
FBI, Pentagon, military, Skunkworks, all these as high as you can get, and they're trying to put it out there that
I have one
there's
thing
aliens here.
that completely breaks everything. The B-2 bomber was built by Northrop Grumman Corporation,
Yeah,
not
and what is Grumman? Lockheed Martin?
Grumman.
Well, I'm sorry, whatever. Look up what Skunkworks builds.
I just looked it up. They build like planes and like I can't tell you the name of it, but one of our latest and greatest bombers was developed by them.
Lockheed Martin is.
Oh, it's a pseudonym for Lockheed Martin's Advanced Development Programs, formerly called Lockheed Advanced Development Projects.
The dude that ran that shit is telling you about.
Oh.
Yeah, like they build supersonic
Okay.
and hypersonic planes and crap like that. Is what
Okay,
they're
fair
doing.
enough. Okay. All right, segment over. Okay, Billy, you've gone on for like 30 minutes.
If I want to go ahead and throw this out there, if you are interested in that kind of stuff and you want to hear more about that kind of stuff, check out Billy's channel because
go ahead and follow
it's the
Billy on
same one. It's the same one that I threw up on screen at the beginning, and that's pretty much everything he's going to be talking about is going to be related to stuff like that. So
All right. So I'm gonna tell y'all some crazy shit.
yeah,
All
go ahead
right.
and tell your
All
story.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm telling you, like, okay. So for those of y'all who don't know, we recorded the second podcast earlier this week, right? We recorded that like Monday, right?
First.
Yeah, we recorded the first. No, it was the second one. It was the hour and 40-minute one.
That's the bonus one.
Oh yeah, okay. So we recorded a bonus podcast, which was like an hour and 40 minutes, because it actually has gameplay and stuff like that. We'll explain more of that later. But so what happened was we recorded that bonus podcast. It was like an hour and 30, hour and 45-minute long.
Which, by the
So
way, quick interruption, is only going to be on the YouTube.
you're only going to be on the white seat because obviously it's gameplay. We don't want to deprive people of the gameplay. You know, cool shit. We're gamers,
Yeah.
so let's gamers rise. So, um,
Gamers,
so
rise
I was.
up.
Yeah. So what happened was we got out of the sesh. I got changed out of my podcast gear, which is like fucking sweatpants, track shoes, and a shirt, and fucking got changed in the jeans, Vans, and a nice blank black V-neck, and went to go get my haircut. So I'm literally walking out the door of my house, and my boss calls me and tells me, yo, bro, basically we're putting you on leave right now because we cannot afford to have you working for us at the moment. So technically, I'm still a part of the company, but I can't work at the shop for work. So I am currently job hunting, and they literally said that, and I feel like they said that more because I got sick, because I kept getting sick and shit.
Yeah.
But it's but it sucks. But it's just life, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Also,
shit happens.
side note, I'm also job hunting right now, and I was filling out an application today, and one of the questions on the application was, if you were a food, what food would you be and why? And I don't think I've ever seen that on an application before, and I don't think I
Oh,
ever want to see
dude.
that on an application ever
Nah,
again.
dude. Dude, what'd you put? What'd you put?
I don't know. I put pineapple or something like that. I don't remember.
Dude, I would have been a fucking what the fuck is it? Eggplant.
You would have been a donut because there is a unfillable
No.
hole in your center.
Nah, dude, I'd be an eggplant because then girls love me. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh my god. Get him out of here. Deranked. No more podcast role for you.
Oh damn, dude. I thought that was the play of the century right there. Not gonna lie, I thought that was the play of the century right there.
Big
But
brain 20
yeah,
IQ plays.
20 IQ? That's 200 IQ, dude.
Nah.
No,
Like,
actually
okay,
be a cucumber.
35 at most.
Actually no, no, that'd be a cucumber. Fuck.
Cucumber. Oh my god.
That's an even bigger IQ play.
Okay,
Okay.
Billy, I want you to tell the story that you were telling right before the show that I missed. Because I caught the very the very tail end of
yeah,
it,
he
and
calls
really want
me
to hear
William.
this.
William, I shouldn't even say this because it's just gonna fucking piss me off if he says it again. But I was like in 5th grade and I was at SOL. And my name's Billy, not William, right? So
Wait,
we
what
like
were you in?
it's like I was in like 5th grade. I can't
No,
remember.
What did you say? SOL? Is that what you said?
shit out of
Yes.
luck. Shit out
What's
of
it?
luck.
Standard. I don't know. Learning something. I can't remember. There's a
Oh,
test.
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
I see.
an IQ test or something for I don't know for
Yeah, all right.
elementary school.
Billy has a low
But
IQ. Guy.
so they pre-put your name on there, and they put my name, first name William, and I was like, "This isn't my name," and she's like, "Oh, well, you can't take the test if," but and she's like, "Well, it is your name actually," and I was like, "No, it's not my name," and she's like, "Yes," and I was like, "No," back and forth, and then she's like, "Well, you can't take this test if this isn't your name," and she ended up having to call my mom and ask if that was my fucking name.
Dude,
So
like-
on your birth certificate, it says Billy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. That's trippy.
Dude, that's kind of funny, but also let me put this in perspective for everyone in the audio listeners. Billy is a white man with a black man middle name. His first and middle name are Billy Jerome. Billy Jerome.
Yeah.
I thought Jerome was his first name. I'm like, okay, it's just a white dude with a black first name. Okay, and then I keep hearing people like Billy, Billy, Billy. I'm like, who the fuck's Billy? And they're like, yo, dude, it's Sirac. I'm like, Jerome, what the fuck is your first name? He's like, Billy. I'm like, man, and I was like, bruh, I thought your first name was Jerome.
I mean,
I was super confused.
that's how I like my online character to be. Like, I don't really want people online to call me by my first name.
All right, Rack.
Same with Duncan, because Duncan's not his. What is his real name? But it's not his first name.
My like
it's
the
his
name that this is my last name. Duncan is my last
You
name.
don't need to say your full name, bro.
Nah,
Dude,
but
it's fine. He has his first
I'm
and
gonna
last
be-
name are both two of the most common names out there.
yeah, like seriously, they are.
Like
they're pretty
Duncan,
common.
Fred Duncan. I don't know. That kind of goes.
It's like
But,
James Jonathan Raymond the Third.
It's like it's like John Smith or something. Like my name's super fucking common.
Like
My
Dale
first name
D'Antoni.
is hella common. Common. It's also a very famous name.
You got that Dale
It's also very
D'Antoni?
famous.
No, it's not
Nah.
a super common name.
Hippo.
John
Hippo
Doe. Just wanted to throw that out there.
That's
It's not
not
ironic.
You
huh?
do realize anybody who dies who can't be identified is classified as a John Doe.
I know,
How
but
many
when was
idiots
the
there
last
are?
time you met someone whose name was legitimately John Doe, huh? Didn't think so. Never.
Never. Exactly. Okay. Well played. Well played.
Oh,
Well
that's a
played, sir,
350
well played.
IQ play. Watch and learn, Duncan.
Shut up. Okay. All right. So, what else do we got to talk about today?
Oh, there's
What do you got?
there's
what do you
something
guys-
specific I want to talk about. Go ahead, Billy, first, actually.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think of switching to just Thavage as my full name?
Is your full name?
Switching from
THAVG, like the same thing that he has on fucking Origin.
I'd say you have my approval.
I would say fuck no.
I mean, if
Well,
you
that's
think
just
about
'cause
it, dude,
you're not a savage like him.
this is my thought.
Yeah, it's because I actually speak English. Thank
do
you.
you know how hard it is to get a 5-letter name in a game nowadays?
You know
Oh,
how
dude,
hard it is to get a password that's not like 30 characters long on iTunes
Exactly,
nowadays?
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's not that hard for me. It's fucking easy, bruh.
So just Thavage. It's such a savage name.
You gotta have capitals, lowercase, numbers, special characters, and it has to be at least 28 characters long. Those are the actual requirements for Apple iTunes password.
28 characters long.
They weren't when I got my.
No, I'm just,
my freshman year.
I'm kidding. Obviously, you don't have to
Holy
be 28
bejeebus.
characters long.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, man, if it's 28 characters, man, my name.
Might as well just put your email
have to
as
get
your
it tattooed on there or
password.
something.
Just put your email as your password, bruh. Blah 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 at gmail.com_01.
Yeah, that's like already
or
a
like
security problem.
yeah. So fucking put your email put the email you're signing into as your email password with 01 at the _01 after it.
What do you guys think of this quantum
password.
fucking supremacy? Quantum computing supremacy?
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Did
I don't
you hear
even know
anything
what the
about it?
fuck you're talking
What
about.
Google just did?
Oh,
Their quantum computer created a did a calculation that would take the world's best supercomputer 10,000 years, and it did it in 3 minutes.
That's quantum computing for you.
That's crazy.
That's called human ingenuity. Thank you.
It's called Big Brain Plays from Google.
It's Big Brain Time by Google.
It's Big Brain Time.
Google, it's Big Brain Time.
I have a question for you guys because I have something written down in my notes. I have macaroni soup written down.
No.
I just want to ask you guys.
Absolutely, I will eat all of it.
Have you guys ever? But do you guys like ever? You want macaroni so bad, but you can't eat it fast enough, so you like add a little extra milk so it's more soupy, so you can just shovel it down your throat faster.
What the fuck?
Like, look, I'm about 100 pounds, and I can knock back a pot of macaroni in about 3 minutes if I add some extra
I've never
milk.
set out to do that, but I'm sure I've done it. Yeah.
Wait, Tim, so you're telling me you're 100 fucking pounds?
Yep. Just about.
How are you even alive?
I fluctuate between like 100 and 105 pounds.
Oh my god, I'm fucking jealous, dude.
I have a really high metabolism. So
dude,
that's
do
why.
you know how much I weigh right now?
600
bag of
pounds. A bag of milk.
I love you, Doug.
We're not. Don't even bother explaining it. Don't even bother explaining it.
Okay, point. Okay,
Even when you explain it, it still doesn't make sense.
Okay, so I weigh 218 pounds right now, but I have 184 pounds of lean fat. That's
that's muscle, bone, skin, tendons, everything that's not fat. So I have like 44 pounds of fat because I'm a fat fuck and I like to eat fucking cheese
Obese.
sticks and fucking eat candy all day and sit at my computer.
I eat macaroni soup all the time, and you don't see me out here living my 600-pound life.
Dude, I ain't 600 fucking pounds. Shut up, fucking nerd. You fucking 100 and
He's
100 to
triggered.
105-pound fucking college looking fucking soup mac and cheese drinking looking ass.
All I'm saying is,
Bitch.
like, if you add a little bit of extra milk in that pot of mac and cheese, you can knock it back in like 3
Nah.
minutes flat.
Dude, I can knock back I can knock back one container in like 2 minutes, bro.
You know.
Facts.
Yeah.
I will literally just shovel that shit. I will like literally just fucking like those like big plastic spoons that you use to like mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
literally
gotta
just I
savor
could
the
literally take
moment,
one.
though, bro.
Nah,
Fucking
bro,
mac and
you gotta,
cheese,
dude. I fucking get those at Sam's, so I get them by like the fucking like 100 like small package boxes, bro. Like like they have like those like big boxes, bro. I get and there's like 20 of them in there, or like 20 or 30. I get them by those, and it's like 10, 15 bucks. So I have like 20 or 30 for like it's like
I'm saying
50
you
cents a
literally
box.
don't taste anything. Or you
Catch,
like get 1 second to taste.
I don't give a fuck.
catch me and Duncan on the fastest workers alive compilation channels, just eating macaroni.
I'm gonna eat regular macaroni. He's gonna eat mac and soup,
Macaroni soup. That's where it's at.
mac soup, and I'm gonna actually eat mac.
All right. What I really wanted to talk about is, do you guys?
Pornhub.
What do you? Oh. what do you What do you guys think about speedrunning? We're just gonna ignore that. But what do you guys think about speedruns? Because there's something in particular
like
I'm talking
what?
about. But
Like what kind? Like what kind of
like,
speedrun? Like story
have
game
you
or
have you
or, like-
watched any speedruns? Like, just any
Yeah.
game? Like,
yeah.
interested
I
at
think
all?
I think they are
Yeah.
like it shows extreme prowess in whatever type of game it is, whether it be
You have to have some
FPS or adventure.
patience, man. to
Yeah,
do
it also takes a lot of patience because you have to imagine they are literally doing the same thing. Oh, they're literally playing the game back to back to back to back, day in and day out, to be the fastest, finding the fastest routes, figuring out the best way to kill enemies, or find the fastest path through a certain section of the game. Like say like Tomb Raider or the Uncharted series, Nathan Drake. Like you have to figure out all these puzzles and stuff, and sometimes they change. So they're not always consistent. So you have to memorize everything and memorize the fastest path and how to get everything done.
I honestly
For a
hate
lot,
watching
for a lot of
people play
people,
games.
for a lot of people who do it, they find it entertaining because that's the challenge, and they find it entertaining because of that challenge. Because like a puzzle, like everybody's trying to figure out how to
The
be
fastest
the
route.
fastest by figuring out new glitches, new exploits, things like that. Like there was, I don't know, there was probably about 6 months ago or something like that. There was a new exploit found for like Super Mario 64 or something like that. A game that's been around for multiple decades that people are
Yeah.
still
For
finding new crap
30
for.
or 40 decades. Like somewhere
Like-
between like 20 and 40 decades.
When did I think it's Super Mario 64. I think that's the game that happened. When did that game come out? Hold up. Super
40
Mario
decades
64.
is
It
400
came out-
years.
Came out in 1996. So that's what, like 2.5 decades, something like that.
So, yeah,
2019 minus 1996.
yeah.
Yeah, that's 20. That's 23 years, and people are still finding new glitches and exploits and things like that.
Yeah, like, but like literally, like that's like one of the like. Okay, so let me put another thing. Like this is like sort of in the topic of this is definitely on the topic of gaming, but this is definitely a completely different aspect. This is more of the competitive aspect of gaming, like say online FPS. Because for me, man, I grew up playing like Halo, Call of Duty, and
Damn
then
right.
when I was in I want to say 7th grade, so this was like 7 years ago. This is like right around the time CS:GO dropped onto the Steam Marketplace. My friend bought it for me. We were playing Call of Duty. My friend's like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna start getting the PC game. He's like, bro, you want to come with me and like we're gonna do this shit together. I was like, yeah, man, let's fucking do it, bro. Me and him, his dad fucking just bought us all the fucking parts in the world.
Dang.
Like it was crazy. So we had these fucking stupid fucking rigs. Like I mean, we're running like keep in mind, like this is like the first time that like the first like couple months the game had dropped, there was no optimization at all. And now the game is hella optimized.
Yeah, CS
Did
is
you
still
get
terrible,
anywhere?
but it was
Did you
even
get
more
anywhere
worse.
on,
No,
More
Call of Duty?
terrible.
but here's the thing though. Our computers ran shit at like 300 FPS because like literally we had top of the line stuff for the time. Like literally we had top line graphics
Yeah,
card,
yeah.
CPU, everything.
And if you
Our
know anything
our
about
PCs
CS,
had
it's
water
not hard
cooling.
to run at
No,
all.
it's not. It's not. But also keep in mind, it was the first time it had launched, and there were no updates yet, and it was not optimized well. Because CS:GO is actually a port that came from Xbox to PC, and
Okay,
then they
CS:GO.
took a lot of things from Source and 1.6 and just ported them over to CS:GO and said, "Hey guys, we're gonna make a new game and have people pay for it."
Wait,
C-
what did you
CS:GO
say
originally-
CSGO was reported from?
It
It
was
was
originally
technically it
ported
was
from Source. It was a Source
Yeah,
port to console.
Yeah, it was a source port to console, and then when it didn't take on console, they took it back, renamed it, did a little bit of extra quote unquote pizzazz, and then posted and then put it up as Counter Strike Global Offensive, the new Counter Strike, and then all the pros were like, all right, fuck it, there's a new version, we might as well gravitate, and obviously now we're back where we have fucking teams like Team Liquid and Astralis, where Astralis is based all on team play, and Liquid has just star power. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
people like me, like I grew up gaming. Like I literally sat for hours after school and just game and game and game. I'd game late into the night. Like right now, I tend to stay up until like 2 or 3 in the morning and then wake up around 8 or 9, and then go to like when I had a job, I go to work, and then I'd get home at 5. Or if I had, and if there wasn't work to be done and I'd already gotten done with everything, I'd come home early, take a shower, get some dinner, and then I'd stay up until 2 or 3 again and rinse, wash, repeat. But it was just repetition, just trying to get better because everyone's dream is to be in the competitive scene. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, so I was asking, did you get anywhere in Call of Duty?
Hell no. I fucking
Like
suck.
we played.
What you're
We
talking
had a
about is
team.
the exact same as what speedrunners go through.
Yeah,
Because
like
they're
because
just
it's
practicing.
the
It's just a
grind.
different
It's the
setting.
grind. It's the grind.
Yeah.
Like people love the grind. Then that's like the thing I like about CS:GO is there's always someone who's better than you. There's always someone you can look up to and say,
But I just
Unless
don't
you're
like,
simple. Sorry,
I
what?
don't like the
no, I'm not talking about
speedrunner
simple
at
now,
all.
dude. The person I look up to the most in CS is definitely, I know the likelihood of me ever even being close to his skill level is not even fucking imaginable, no matter how hard I try. Only in my dreams will I ever be this good. I want to be better. I want to be as good, if not better than Shroud. And that is like literally my biggest downfall right there is the fact that I want to be as good as Shroud. I will
Simple-
never be as good as Shroud, and I understand that. But
Bullshit.
that won't stop me from going all the way to the fucking sky trying to fucking get up there.
Simple and Trout are the two best players all around because there
Nah.
are yes, because there are players who are better at opping, there are players who are better at rifling, there are players who are better at pistol rounds, but they're Simple and Shroud are the two in their prime. Let me say that, in their prime, because Shroud not so much anymore. Simple also
Still
not
there.
so much
Simple.
anymore. Well, he's
Simple still
not so
simple
much
still
as well
playing. Shroud
balanced.
completely fell off.
Yeah, but
He's
that's
completely
why you
uncompetitive.
say Simple is still there, because he's still really good at the game. It's just he's just not as good as in his prime. But in their prime, they could go from opping to rifling, one round to another, and play consistently.
Shroud was primary rifle and support.
I say
He-
Shroud
like,
is the best overall gamer in the world.
I'm not going to disagree with
Overall.
that.
I
at all,
agree with that
because-
wholeheartedly, because he switches
because
games
you can
like
drop him-
every
you can
other
drop
day.
him-
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
and he
okay.
blasts in every one of them. It's
Yes,
crazy.
exactly. I'm pretty sure you could drop him in a fucking Rocket League and he'd pick it up in like
Apex.
a day.
Yeah, for real.
Like
Okay,
it's
for
like
anyone,
not even a shooting game. You can try in there and be like this.
Yeah, literally everything.
Yeah.
And then later that day you're gonna see him he's gonna be at the top of the fucking leaderboard. He's ready to take on G2 by himself.
A big
for anyone
part
who
of that
doesn't know
is
the
his
story of
rig.
Shroud, oh, that's true. But for anyone who doesn't know about Shroud, he didn't exclusively play CS, but he used to be a CS pro. And when he was a CS pro, that would pretty much be the only game he played. He played a couple other games very rarely. And then one day he
But,
just stopped
uh,
playing CS entirely and started playing PUBG. Overnight, all right? And he had played PUBG before, but like not constantly. But then
But he had
overnight
played
he
it off- he
basically
played a
went to
lot of
one
it
of the
off.
best PUBG players in the world. Overnight.
And he wanted
That's
to build
insane.
his Twitch brand. He wanted to build his Twitch brand
That
because he
is
was
his
known.
Twitch brand
Oh,
now.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah, it is. But at the
Now
time,
he
it
switches
wasn't.
games all the time because people
Yeah,
saw that,
because-
and then they started
Yeah,
recommending other games.
and
Have
like
you
what
watched him
happened
play
was,
Apex?
dude, he's fucking
Rolls.
insane.
He's nutty.
Do you see how quick he
Insane.
is? Like, oh.
Dude, but also you have to think, man. Shroud is one of the most mechanical aim gods in the fucking world. Best aimer NA, dude.
Do you think
Best
he takes
aimer.
Adderall or Ritalin?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Not even gonna lie.
No,
I
He
think
definitely does.
No, I don't think he does. Based on his Twitch reaction, I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
You know,
He
funny.
probably has like low ADHD, but low to mild ADHD. But I think because he has ADHD and he doesn't take medicine to repress it, because what Adderall and Ritalin do are they, depending on how bad your ADHD is, it represses it by giving you caffeine. Because for me, I have extreme ADHD. So when I take my Adderall, lowers my 80, like calms me down and like basically lowers or raises my sugar, depending on how you want to look at it. I don't really know, but what it does is it calms me down. But if when I don't take it, my reaction time is a lot better, but my brain, my game sense just goes out the fucking window because all I'm worrying about is
Can't
flicking and hitting
focus.
All right,
shots.
but what if you're reversed? What if you
But
don't
if I took
get
my
put on it
Adderall,
because your parents are assholes,
no,
or
but
you
if
were
I took
smarter,
Adderall,
or something?
if I took Adderall, I'd be a better thinker, but I wouldn't be a better aimer because my reaction times would be slowed down. I'm calmer.
Right.
Versus like ADHD means it's harder for you to sit still.
But
You
somebody
have
that
to constantly be
doesn't
doing
have
something.
ADHD, and if they take it, they're hype. It's meth.
Yeah, they like
speed to them.
like
So
Adderall will
that's what I'm
literally
saying.
speed
Do
up
you
your brain,
think he
which is
could
not
be?
good. No,
Because he
it's
could
possible. It's possible, but the likelihood of him doing that would cause immense scandal in esports in general, and in the gaming community, that would literally be the biggest scandal. And
be.
he would
That's a
literally
good
go from being
conversation.
he would go from Twitch darling, world class gamer, to being a fucking drug addict and being shunned by the entire gaming community.
But
in
there's
general.
there's
It's
a
funny you
large
guys
part
should
of
mention
gamers
that.
that do Adderall.
Yeah, there's a lot of them who do. I used to take Adderall because I took classes. I needed to focus, and I wasn't gaming as much as I am now when I'm off almost on a daily basis and I have more time. When I was in high school, I took Adderall every day. I took a shit ton. I'm not going to give you guys a dosage because obviously for medical and reasons and shit,
What?
I can't disclose that. But I took a lot because I am a
You
big guy.
can.
I have
There's
to.
nothing wrong with
No,
that. If you want
I'm
to,
not.
you can share it.
No,
He doesn't want to
I
get in trouble. I get it. I get it.
yeah. Last thing I want is to get fucking sued by whatever pharmaceutical blah
No,
blah 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 bullshit.
You're not
But point
going
being,
to.
I took a
All you,
lot. But
if
point
you
being, I
say
took a
just
lot.
the amount, you're good. Just we're not saying anyone should take this, but if you want to go ahead and throw
No,
out like
but
how
no,
much you
but
were, just for context and perspective, you can.
okay. So for me, being 6'4", 220 pounds, being extremely athletic, and taking a lot of hard classes, I took about 90 milligrams a day. I took 90 milligrams a day, and I went, and this had to be done over years of slowly building up to it. Because I used to take 30 milligrams all the way up until 8th grade, and then I went from between 8th and freshman year, I went up from 30 to 40, 50 to 60, 70 to 80, 80 to 90. So I took 10 doses every year as my classes continued to get harder and more complicated. By the end of my senior year, I was taking up to 90 milligrams. I was doing a lot of running around. I was doing a lot of sports, a lot of counting, a lot of math related, science related, and history related stuff where there's a lot of brain, you have to be able to compute a lot and be calm and actually be able to think straight. When you're on ADHD, your mind just kind of goes, oh, squirrel, you're like a dog. Oh shit, this, that. Whoa, what the hell's
Let me
that?
just
Hey,
throw out,
look at that bug in the corner. You know
for
what I
some
mean?
additional context, let me just throw out one. We're not suggesting anybody do this whether they have ADHD or anything like that because
No,
Adderall
this
is
was
very bad for you. And two, the average dose is probably around 15 to 20 milligrams once a day.
but I
Just
had
for
a special
context.
circumstance. But for me, the reason I took as much as I did was because I have extreme ADHD. I cannot physically sit still. Right now, I am literally playing with my every single word of my hands. Like I cannot physically sit still. Whenever I play games with Rack over here, you can literally ask him. All you hear is this. As like I'm playing CS:GO, as I'm fucking jiggling a corner for like 20 minutes. Just all you hear is just. So I just cannot physically sit still. So I have to take a lot of Adderall to sit in a seat for like 45 to 70 minutes and just sit there and do this. Just bounce my foot, tap my foot, bounce my leg, do something so that way I can not just like be fucking moving around all the
You
time.
know, the top neuroscientist in the country says that Adderall is essentially crystal meth.
It's an
No, I didn't
amphetamine,
know that.
and meth is
Yeah.
methamphetamine.
It is an amphetamine, but the
Meth
thing
is short
is,
for
like, it just
methamphetamine. They are literally at very
but
base the same
Yep.
substance,
They
same
are, yeah,
they are
amphetamines.
subclass of the same
Same
substance.
chemical
and
structure.
if you take a chemistry class and you talk to your chemistry teacher about the makeup of Adderall, they will explain to you the amphetamines and how it's made, all this kind of stuff. Because where I grew up, they made that shit. They made that shit
It
on the street.
increases
And
your heart rate and makes you more alert. That's what it does.
it just depends on. For me, I
It's
have
speed.
extreme ADHD. No, well, it just depends on your level of ADHD.
That's
The
what
reason I took so much is because of my level of ADHD. It was almost impairing how high my ADHD was. I physically cannot sit still. Like, it is almost impossible for me to sit still unless I'm asleep. Even then, I am constantly moving in my sleep. I am a very,
Honestly.
very active person. I have a shit ton of energy. So if I
Right.
don't do anything all day, like I am today, I'm literally going to be up until like 3 or 4 in the morning. Because that's what happened last night. I was up until 3 or 4 because I didn't do shit at all yesterday. So I just have all this energy I need to burn through. And eventually my body's going to say, bitch, go to sleep. And then I'm going to say, but I'm still awake. No, you're not. And then I'm fucking going to go lights out all of a sudden. I'll fucking pass out on my computer. I've done it before.
Well,
But it's just.
go ahead
Go
and
ahead.
finish. I just want
Okay, but.
to use this to segue into something that I want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish because it's going to be like
But.
completely different discussion.
Okay, but the thing is that this entire transition from how much I took just kind of relates into I don't think Shroud takes Adderall to up his game. Because if you think about it, if you remember, if go ahead and check out the Score Esports story of Shroud to actually kind of get more context on where we're coming from, because we're doing kind of like lightly brushing on it. Shroud at
Oh
like the
yeah,
age of
we're
like
not
6 or
going into any
7,
kind of detail at all.
but yeah, not really. I'm just giving this like a little itty bit of detail just so Rack understands. In the story of Shroud
Bro,
by the Score Esports,
Shroud
they say
admits to taking Adderall.
what? What? Wait, let me look this up. Let me see.
He says, but not during tournaments, of course.
Oh, while watching demos.
Shit.
He does it while watching demos.
Come on, bro. Let's be real here.
No, that's believable. That's
But he
believable.
also,
Okay.
Because
okay.
it's the reason why he does that. He can focus more on analyzing it.
Yeah, because if Shroud has ADHD, depending on his level of ADHD, he can take a small amount every once in a while and like calm down and actually be able to sit still and just because for me, I've learned the techniques. For me, it's a lot of caffeine or a shit ton of sugars. So Monster energy drinks are a really good one. Coffee is good, although I really don't like coffee. I know it's weird, don't like coffee. Blah, fucking sue me. But energy drinks, high in sugar, high in caffeine, non-diet sodas. Although I do drink a lot of water. I drink a hell of a lot of water. But I drink it with additives and stuff like that, like vitamins and stuff like that, because I'm trying to stay healthy while I'm sitting at my fucking computer being a lazy fuck.
alright,
So
but how do you feel about Adderall?
For me, I feel like Adderall.
And monsters being in a gaming competitive.
I feel like Adderall can sometimes be used as a way to cheat the system in a way, because what it does is it kind of like lowers, I guess, I feel like it kind of lowers your ability to well, not lowers, but it makes, like, for me, the one thing I've found out as I've started playing CS:GO now in a little bit more competitive light. Obviously, Rack, as you're aware, me and you play almost daily. We play like 1 or 2 games almost daily. You notice how over time my game has gotten better because I've learned to calm myself down without using external things. I used to take 90 milligrams a day and it would wear off by around 5, and I'd be home around 7 or 8, depending on what time it was and what day. I wouldn't get home until midnight, and then I'd play until 2 or 3 in the morning. But at those times I was really bad. But now that I'm off my meds, my reaction time is better. But also, depending on if you don't have ADHD and you take Adderall, it's going to speed it up. So you're going to be more twitchy. You're going to be like your twitch time reaction is going to be a lot faster because your brain is running at a higher running at it, like, let's just say, like a car is going to be running at a higher RPM. So you're like literally thinking in
It's like putting
hyperspeed.
nitrous in a car in a race. That shit ain't fair. Unless we're all doing it.
But also, there's also people who have extreme ADHD like I do and take Adderall to be able to focus so they can sit still and work with their team. But some people take it because of peer pressure or stuff like that, because they're like, bro, we need you to do this so we can win. And then it's like the idea of winning is what makes it all okay.
I want to
But
say
in reality, that's not okay, because that's giving you either a completely fair
What's your thoughts,
that's
Stung?
leveling out the playing field, or completely unleveling the playing field and making it so one-sided that it's unfair.
What's
I
your
think
thoughts?
everything Duncan is saying is correct. I agree with pretty much everything he's saying, and
But also,
I also
all
want to
my
throw out
points are made from personal experience and reading
exactly.
the game
But
because I
as
used
someone
to
who
do that.
has ADHD coming from him, it's gonna make it's he can explain it a little bit better. But I also want to go ahead and throw out that people with ADHD taking Adderall can be an upside and a downside when they're playing
Yes,
because there's
it
pros
could
and cons
definitely
to it
be.
from their
It
natural
can
tick rate
be there.
or like the
Yeah,
natural way that their brain works versus ADHD or when
because
they're on Adderall. Same
yeah,
thing with normal
because
people.
yeah, but the thing about Adderall is that it will slowly change the way you think about things, and it's not noticeable, but it takes a long time to get used to with the effects of it. Because when I first started taking it, I was in second or third grade. Like I was extremely young when I started taking it because my 80 I could not sit still. And being even younger at like 7 or 8, like 6 and 8, somewhere between 6 and 8, you're a little kid, you have so much fucking energy. And then when you have my level of ADHD, which is just off the fucking charts, you need something to allow you to be able to sit still and focus.
Yeah.
And a high dosage at the time was 30 milligrams. That was
Right.
extremely high because kids that age normally took like
They could
10
jump
to
the
15.
Well,
water.
yeah.
And then
Earlier I
it was
said
like
average is
like everyone
about
else was taking
20.
like
That's for an adult. So as a
yeah,
child, it's
and
gonna be a way less, probably closer to
yeah,
like 5 to 10, maybe.
my my high school history teacher, she was taking about 30 milligrams, and she's 28.
Exactly.
She's 28,
Because
almost 30 years old, and she was taking 20 milligrams, and I was like, and I wanted to talk to her about it, and I was talking to her about it after class during lunch when no one was there, and she was like, how much do you take? I told her I took 90, and she was like, are you
yeah.
for real? I'm like, yeah, I take 90. She's like, why? I'm like this. Um, I have legit probably the most extreme ADHD
Now I'm gonna be
in
honest with you. I'm a
in
little
my state.
retarded.
Okay, go ahead.
That's exactly what you should have said. Pull the Alex Jones on him.
But it's just the point being that it's just I have to take a lot to be able to focus because my ADHD is just too extreme. And the only way to counteract it is to put enough in my system that it can't fight it all. So then I'm forced to relax and calm down. But there are ups and downs to it. The upside is it allows you to be able to focus and still sit still and actually be able to think versus like your mind wandering and twitching all the time. The downside is Adderall is extremely addictive. It is very addictive. So, and once you get on the schedule of it and you say you get off of it, you're basically for me, I went into withdrawal when I stopped taking it. I got really shaky, I got really clammy, I felt sick to my stomach constantly, I got nauseous all the time, got headaches. And this happened for about a month. Like a few days after I graduated, I came off of it because I decided, what, I want to go into the armed forces. So I stopped taking it like basically right after graduation. And what happened was, like for that month, for the following month or so, I had shakes,
I'm sure
not
everybody
I
can
had nauseous
assume how bad meth
stomach.
withdrawals are. Very similar to that.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
my cousin does like some very illegal drugs. I'm not gonna say which ones, but
All of
highly
them,
addictive.
actually.
No, well, all of them, but one of them, well, I'll name the drug, but he did heroin, which is extremely addictive. Only takes one try to get you hooked on it, and is extremely expensive and is almost guaranteed to
Very
kill.
expensive.
And very expensive and also almost guaranteed 99% of the time to kill the user. And for me, Adderall,
Even if you come off because the withdrawals can be so
yeah,
bad.
yeah, the withdrawals can literally kill you when you take heroin. But point being, the withdrawal symptoms of it are like literally the worst. Like the biggest downside is that the withdrawal symptoms hurt so bad. It is like almost incapacitating because your body can't release I want to say the right endorphins because normally when you take it, as you take it, your endorphins let out saying, "Oh, we're feeling real calm now." And then when you don't take it, they're like, fucking murder everything. Let the bodies hit the like, you know what I mean? Like it's just fucking bonkers in your head. But and then the withdrawal is, oh shh, and your brain goes, bitch, we're going crazy. And then your head explodes. Your body is just saying, we need to calm down. Take the Adderall. Take it, take it, take it, because it's trying to get you to take it so it can stay calm and get back into that, okay, we're in that nice, peaceful state versus the fucking civil war that you're having in your head. And that is the worst part about taking Adderall for so long is that the withdrawal symptoms were so bad because I took it for so long. I took it for over a decade. And then boom, I get hit with the withdrawal symptoms and all that shit, and
Now
it's just
you're a
so bad.
recovering meth head.
Yep,
Well,
exactly.
according to law, technically speaking, I am a recovering meth head, I guess, technically speaking. But
According to Billy.
according to Billy, I'm a recovering meth head. But in
You don't
reality, I'm literally I'm coming off of a prescribed drug that I went to a therapist and a psychiatrist who both did evaluations together and separately at different times, together and separately, to decide whether or not they were willing to up my dosage every year, because they had to be able to come to an agreement saying he needs to take more so he can stay at the same level of calmness or better to reach better results. So they had to come to an agreement and hit that middle ground where they're like, all right, he needs to take more to either stay here or get calmer. So if I was able to calm myself down on my own like I am now, it would be they would say, okay, we can lessen his dose a little. We can lessen his dose by say 10 milligrams. So instead of taking 90, I'd take 80. And then if I can continue to be able to calm myself down like I do now, as I just said, it would just drop and drop and drop and drop. But like for me, when I watch demos, I drink a Monster or I drink some kind of energy drink that'll calm me down, so I can sit there and analyze my gameplay and figure out,
Yeah.
okay, so I killed this guy here. He's, you got 2 guys on A, 1 guy mid, 2
I
on
do
B.
the same.
You kill
I drink caffeine, coffee, all that shit.
Like,
I
There's
get
one
it.
thing I want to say
but
specifically about Shroud's situation, because we mentioned earlier that he said he only he admitted to taking Adderall, but he said that he takes it watching demos. And some people are probably like, well, why would he take it while watching demos and not while playing? And the reason for that is well, you know why, Billy, but some people might be a little confused. The reason why is because the whole point of watching demos which a demo is just a recorded footage from a game of CS that somebody played, a competitive match or maybe a pro match or something like that. So pros will watch other teams' demos or for 2 reasons. One, to figure out how a individual or an entire team plays, to figure out their play style. 2, to see new things that they haven't seen before. And the first reason would be to figure out a way to play around that. And the second reason is to find new tricks and things that they can do that will give them an advantage. Like, something like a new grenade or something like that. So the reason why Shroud would take it during that is because it will increase the amount of not only knowledge he's about to retain, but he can also analyze it a lot better. So he can break things
analyze,
down a lot easier. Yeah.
He can break things down, analyze, remember, memorize, and understand the way they play easier, because he's able to intake more information at a faster rate, versus where it's kind of like going in one ear and out the other, versus it coming in, staying in for at least a while, and then leaving.
Who's gonna say that they that they took Adderall during a tournament? Like, even if he could never even admit it. That's why he would
technically not against the rules. Just want to point that out. Technically not against the rules
if you
for him
weren't
to take it.
prescribed it, right?
Nope.
Well, no, it wouldn't be against. It's only against the rules if it's unprescribed, because that means it's illegal, because you are not allowed to sell your drug. You're not allowed to sell prescription drugs. That is against law.
Look, this is, guys, I just want to clarify. Even if he doesn't have, even if he's not prescribed, whether he's prescribed or not, taking Adderall, sure, if he's not prescribed, it's illegal, but it's not against any sort of tournament rules. So he could do it.
Well, you could, but also let's just say it's not
yours. Get away with it.
But let's also say I'm just gonna give a random pro name. I'm not. I do not know, but let's just say
Tarek for sure takes Adderall. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, his reaction times are so fucking slow, and he has his pea brain. But
he doesn't have pea brain anymore because he started taking Adderall.
Exactly, but we don't know. We're not accusing of Tarek or Tarek, however you want to look at it.
Love you, Tarek.
But yep, love you, Tarek. You're less of a pea brain now. I love you.
Literally my favorite player.
But let's just say Tarek is illegal, is illegally obtaining Adderall eventually. But let's just say he's illegally obtaining Adderall. That will break tournament rules, because technically he is not being prescribed this drug. It is a prescription only drug. If you get it and you don't have a prescription, you are liable to go to prison, federal prison. not just jail or prison. You will go to federal max prison. No windows. You will literally be inside of a box for the next 10 years. Literally, they make me sign a
And
thing
it's
every
actually banned from MLG tourneys.
I don't think ESL has anything in place yet, but they are working on something. Is what I
Yeah,
was referring to ESL.
But
Yeah.
like that's the thing about Adderall is that it's so addictive that then like that's why you hear about a lot of college students taking Adderall because they don't have ADHD, but it'll keep them awake. But for me, it has the opposite
Yes.
effect. It calms me down. It makes it easier to say go to sleep. But I only take it during the day so I can focus because obviously I'm at school, I'm talking to people, I'm walking around, I'm doing work, so I'm going to stay awake. But say you take it at night, it's going to, depending on if you have ADHD or not, that shit could put your ass to sleep, or shit could keep you up for the next 2 days, depending on how much you take.
I actually want to
Most
talk
people,
about.
if they don't have extreme Adderall, my dosage would probably kill them.
Oh,
My dosage would
yeah,
probably make them
definitely
go
would.
into a coma, if not kill them or cardiac arrest of some sort, or give them a fucking aneurysm. Shit's dangerous.
Sounds
So
terrible.
also be warned for those who do take Adderall. Do not take more than your prescribed dose unless your therapist or your doctor or whoever is prescribing it to you says you need more. Don't push for more if you don't need it. If you need more, say you need more and
Yeah,
give
there are some
accurate
things.
reasons.
There are
Do
some
not
things where you
lie
can do
about it.
like I need more on yourself, but this is not one of those
But
things.
like you can tell yourself, "Oh, I think I need more," but give yourself time to actually test it. Don't
if you
just
do
push
think
for
you
it
need
because
more,
you
talk
want
to
more.
them.
Talk to them and explain why you want more or why you think you might need more. But if you just want more, don't fucking do it. That's just stupid. But if you need more to be able to do, like say you're in uni or something like that, and you just cannot focus. Say like, okay, I think I have ADHD, but it's never been this bad. Can I get like a test dose?
I want to go ahead and switch it over for a second. Still related to Adderall, but apparently there's a big problem in. Let me go ahead and ask this: Have you guys have heard of Magic the Gathering, the card game?
Oh hell yeah, bro! I used to grind the fuck out of the game. I used to fucking run white weenies. Best deck I
You're
ever
the
had.
worst kind of player. But anyways,
Excuse me? Bitch, that deck ruined Rakdos, bro.
anyways,
Fuck off, bro. Fuck
apparently,
off.
currently, there's a huge problem in the Magic Pro scene with pro players taking a lot of Adderall.
Okay,
Like
well
a
I can
lot of Adderall.
do you have like a number?
No, nobody knows. Nobody's just gonna come out and say they're taking a bunch of Adderall, but it's very well known that majority of pro players take Adderall in the Magic Pro scene, which is not good because Magic is a strategy-oriented game, and basically all of the pros that we mentioned about a normal person taking Adderall, all of the benefits that it could have on their gameplay, all of those are good things in Magic, and the slower reaction time does not affect you in Magic because in Magic you have plenty of time to think about things, and you see games where people will take probably about 6 minutes on their turn just thinking about whether they want to play a single card. So there's basically no downside for them taking it other
Yeah.
than health risks. As far as completely related
that
to the game, they have the
are you like reading like a
utmost
sort of like
advantage.
synopsis thing like about it, or are you like reading like an article or personal
Uh,
interpretation?
there's I'm not gonna name who it is because he
Okay,
It's
a
a
yeah,
lot of
pro-
people
It's a
don't like
problem.
him.
reading an
There's a
article?
It's
there's
not
a
even.
no there's a YouTuber who talks about who's a pretty good source of information as far as the Magic the Gathering community, but I'm not gonna list his name because a lot of people don't like him because he doesn't care about your feelings. He'll just say the truth, whatever it is. So a lot of people don't like him. So a lot of people won't listen to anything he says, and basically, say he's a liar, and some people believe that. But
Dude, I'm
it's
not
not
gonna
true.
lie right now, dude. I'm fucking sweating and I have a giant fan like fucking breathing hot, cold air on me.
Is it
Uh,
why?
just it. You know what? It's
Fucking
because you're
sweat right
fat.
I'm not fucking
Milk
fat. Shut up.
bag.
Milk
Okay,
bag.
okay, but the way I see it, I used to fucking play Magic for about 6 years. The way I see it is
Do you
compared.
play
Okay,
modern or standard?
I played both. I did all of it. I played Commander. I played speed decks. I did modern. I did standard.
Commander's uggy.
Dude, Commander is Uggy, but my White Weenie Commander destroyed my friend Daniel's Rakdos deck, which was literally the most OP deck we've ever played against.
I can't play
And
Commander because it's
but I
too messy.
literally
There's too many things going
no,
on.
but let me put it to you like this: I destroyed him in less than 5 turns. My White Weenie deck was that powerful. Because let me explain to audio listeners let me just explain for those who don't actually understand MTG. Basically, White Weenie is low mana cost, which is like how much you need to play a card. Low mana
Don't
cost,
bother
fast
trying to
cards.
explain to people who have never played Magic and don't know anything, because there's no way you're going to be able to explain it from that point of view,
So
and it still
extremely
makes sense.
fast gameplay, extreme fast gameplay. Mac 10 up B flush of 3K basically. There you go. Fast game, extremely fast card turnout basically. You're just putting down cards and you're just fucking beating people with cards basically. Just fast. I beat him in 5 turns with my White Weenie Commander. It was literally the funniest day of our life.
What is it called?
White Weenie.
I used to play.
But that's the style. Or it'd be black weenie or red weenie, blue weenie, green weenie. It's just whatever. But we just called it the white weenie, and I fucking dominated with that deck.
I used to play a modern mono blue turns deck, and I wanna say I would beat people after they'd taken about 3 turns, but I'd probably taken about 18 turns. And the way that works is you basically play a bunch of blue cards that either give you extra turns or help you get cards that give you extra turns, and it's really annoying if you're not the one playing it. But if you're the one playing it, it's amazing.
I hate those. I hate it when I played against those guys.
I'll be
But the
playing
way
cockatrice
I
matches, and
see it-
people will just straight up leave whenever they see a Jace.
Yeah, dude, I would leave too.
They'll see
But the
islands and
thing-
they'll
but
see
the
Jace,
thing-
and they're like, I'm out.
Yeah, but the thing about MTG is that it's very, very. It is like basically strategy oriented. It is all strategy. If you do not get the right strategy, like if you don't understand how to run your deck through and through, forward and back, side to side, you will not win. My White Weenie deck, I knew like the back of my fucking hand, so I knew exactly which cards played off of which and which ones didn't play off of them and which cards to play off of. So it would be like, just card after card. Oh, this one gives me an extra. This one gives this card lifelink, and then I can take this, attach this to this, enchant this, put this artifact down. Blah 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 blah. Okay, swing, hits you for 20. You cannot defend. You're dead. Game over. But say you have extreme ADHD, it's harder to understand and practice and learn these things because it just takes so long. You have to sit there and memorize cards and figure out, okay, this card goes well with this card, this card goes well with this card, and these two play off of this one that'll do this, this, and this. It is just a lot to learn. It's like trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh! There are so many little minute details and like little rules and minute details and stuff that you have to understand fully to actually be able to play it well. And if you cannot focus and concentrate, you will never make it.
There's a lot of things you have to keep track of in one
Yeah,
game.
so
and
much.
Even in between games, because it'll be like
Yeah,
best of 3 or best of 5, and they have what's called a sideboard, which is an extra 15 cards, and in between games you can put in cards to counter your opponent's deck. So there's a lot of things you have to keep track of.
But for me, I played Magic for 6 years. I played Magic for 5 years, and then I played Yu-Gi-Oh for 2. And Yu-Gi-Oh was, I understood a little bit better, but I got a very, very old school deck. It was called Battling Boxers. Like literally, that was my ultimate deck. It was
What's it
so
called?
hard. Battling Boxers. Battling Boxers.
I'm looking up a deck list right now just because I'm curious. It's Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh. Because for me, basically, what it would be okay. I'm gonna set. Well, where the fuck is images? But basically, what I would do would be okay. I would throw out fucking Battling Boxer Glassjaw. He's 2000 attack, 0 defense. You would keep him in attack position. Swing. Oh, he dies. But say you said Battling Boxer. You played Battling Boxer Headgear first, or you played Spar first. You play Spar first. No, you play Headgear first. Take Spar out of your deck. Send him to the graveyard because that's Headgeared. That's Headgeared ability is to take one card out of your deck, put him in the graveyard. Next turn, you play Glassjaw. Glassjaw dies. And then what you do is you take Glassjaw, he gets sent to the grave. His ability is you get to pull one card out of your graveyard. That is a monster card. You get to pull one monster card out of your graveyard. Take Spar, put him on the field, headgear still on the field. Take them, overlay into Balin Boxer lead yoke or lead yoke, depending on how you want to look at it. And basically what his ability is, if he's about to die, you can detach one, he goes to the graveyard, and then he gains an extra, I want to say 800 attack power, 800 attack points, and doesn't die. So basically it just denies dying. It's like basically saying no, denied, and then it's just stupid OP. And you can have like 2 or 3 of those in your fucking overlay deck. And when you get 3 of them on the field, in total they make 4,200 attack per. And then you have what I think 8,000 health. And say and then you fucking completely wipe their field with a black hole. You detach 3. You detach 1 off of all of them. You still have that. Swing for game. Fucking OP, dude.
That sounds more
And if
annoying than a control deck in Magic.
It is. And then let's just say I get Switch Hitter. Oh shit, Glassjaw's in graveyard. Play Switch Hitter. Pull Glassjaw. Detach. And then here's the real kicker for that game. Here's the real kicker for this deck. You get Switch Hitter and Glassjaw together. You get a Switch Hitter. Play Switch Hitter. His ability, you can pull 1 card out of your graveyard when he hits the field. You pull Glassjaw back, overlay into lead yoke, and then here comes the OP part. You detach Switch Hitter. Okay, you have to detach Glassjaw. Bring Switch Hitter back to hand. Okay, boom. Play Switch Hitter. Take Glassjaw out of grave. Overlay again, and then you can do that every fucking time. It is literally the most stupid thing ever. I ran with that deck for 2 years and literally dominated everyone I played against. It was they literally said I was fucking cheating because it was unfair. I'm like this. What do you want from me? You want me to just sit here and lose? Nah.
That's relatable. I used to play a bunch of control decks in Magic, and that's basically how it was. People would get really annoyed, but hey, winning's winning. Billy, you still there? Question?
Yeah, you lost me at Magic.
Any-
Well,
Is there
alright.
anything? You any other topics you'd like to talk about before we wrap up? Because I think
I
me and
mean,
Duncan
I
are
have
good.
a shitload of topics, but
Is there anything?
not right now.
Actually, okay, go ahead. List some of them off for me. In Discord so people don't see them. But just
Well, I
list
guess
some off,
the
and I'll see
next
if anyone piques my interest real quick.
next time we get together for this podcast, it's definitely got to. I want to know what a few people's thoughts on paranoia and video games, if they have anything in common.
Oh my god! I remember he brought this up while we were playing because I think this is gonna be pretty quick, so let's go ahead.
No, save it.
But I really want to. Okay.
This will make them want to watch the next one if someone watches this.
That makes me want to watch the next one. That
Which
makes me want to
by the time-
record the next one.
Like right now, like just like we can
someone's
stop this recording and the next one and start.
Basically.
I wouldn't
We'll just
fucking
get more
mind. You
views.
give me a few minutes.
Nah, bro.
Okay.
I'm ready to play Apex after this.
Alright.
Well,
So I
we can
think
talk about it
that's
when we
it for
record
today, yeah?
Apex. Yeah, we can record and talk about that. We can talk about that on Apex. It's up. That's what's up.
True. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw up all the links to Duncan's social media, Billy's YouTube, and all that on the YouTube channel only. Obviously, because there's no video on Spotify. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw those up right now again. Make sure you go check those out, especially if you enjoyed the first 25 minutes about what we talked about. Check out Billy's. It's called The Alien Experience. It's that one. If you like,
Don't forget to smash like.
yeah,
Don't forget
He-
to smash that like button
Real
and
quick.
subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified every time a new podcast
ding,
drops.
ding, ring.
Yeah, real quick,
What's
go ahead
up?
and subscribe to not only this channel, but also.
What? You just kind of cut out there.
Sorry, hang on. Someone's trying to talk to me. All right, sorry about that. There was just a quick interruption there for a second. So, Duncan's Instagram is is it underscore or dash Duncan?
It is
You know what?
For
You go ahead and
Twitter.
just say them.
For my Twitter, it is T_Benjamin. My Insta is B_Duncan04, and my YT is the Kingdom Keeper. KINGDOMKPR. Go follow me now. That's what's up.
Also, Billy's YouTube is again called the Alien Experience. They're all gonna be up on the screen. So links are gonna be in description as well. So go ahead and check all those out. Yeah, I think we already said everything. Subscribe to the podcast. Like if you liked it. Dislike if you didn't. I don't care. Just be honest. Also, last thing before we cut off, I just want to say, I don't know how, but somehow it's the first video that Billy's ever uploaded. Well, not ever uploaded to YouTube, but
Well,
it's the
this is
first video that Billy uploaded to his channel, and he has how many views do you have on that right now?
It's approaching 500.
Yeah,
Damn.
and he
But
has 30
somehow-
subscribers as well.
Yo, let me check and see what my fucking let me see. Like, I want to check my YouTube now. Now I feel like I need to fucking try and get clout over here because I'm fucking getting shown up over here.
I'll
Fucking,
check you
I
out.
post gaming content.
You've
I'm
got
trying
17
to get them
subscribers
vlogs
right now. You
out.
gotta get that up.
And that's a
Dude,
wrap.
I'm trying, bro.
That's a
I'm
wrap?
trying. That's a wrap.
Yeah, I'll also have Billy's Twitch up on the screen as well. I'm not gonna bother saying it.
All right, guys.
You keep cutting out.
Yeah,
yeah,
bro,
just
you keep
in Discord. Yeah, I see that, but it's just in Discord, so it's okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Blunt
All
time.
right. All right, everyone. Have a good one. This has been the Podcast Squad signing out.
What a great podcast.